And I'm sorry, I'm stealing a few minutes from work. I'm on break, and I just had to do this. Like, I was dying to do this. Where it says hotel employee. Tells, I think that's what it is. Let's see if we can find that video. And just hang in there with me, guys, because I'm going somewhere. Okay, so here it says a hotel employee tells what happened to Kaneeka Jenkins, right? And giving shout out to everything under the sun, the Beach Barbie, and all the other people that have posted this. Because again, I have said time and time again, and I will repeat myself, the videos that I have do not come from my research. If anything, they're coming from what others have done. I just simply borrow them and just sort of read over them to try to make sense out of no sense, like Mr. Carlton likes to say. So in reading this, I want to say that I just want to ask, do you remember this? Okay. It's basically a hotel employee saying that, hey, this is what happened tonight. That Kaneeka was found dead. There's several things that point out to me. She's saying that the security guard was friends with friends, or he knew, not necessarily friends, but the security guard knew the girls. And it talks about how Kaneeka was trying to get to the parking lot, and how, the security guard found her found her down in the room by the kitchen, or by the freezer, and how, she managed to get outside in the parking lot, and he brought her back in, and she was screaming, telling him to get off of her. And then finally, at one point, he told her, or she told him, to let go of her freaking arm. So there was some type of struggle going on there. Okay, there was something really going on there. And the reason I brought you here is just to sort of remind you, and so that you can go back and read on your own. I don't want to waste your time by having you read this through my video when you can do it on your own. And another thing is sort of disrespecting other people's work. So after that, I want to say that I found something very interesting that another person had posted, and I'm going to take you to that today. And like I said, I'll be really quick. We're going to give a shout out to Her Divine Light. She has some excellent videos. If you haven't subscribed to her, please do. Okay. Here, this is actually a redacted copy of the police officer's testimony or statement. Okay. And one thing that I love about this officer is that he was very thorough. He was very, very thorough. Now, I have to say this because I have family members that work in law enforcement. I have, don't have to give you all of the information, but quite a few family members that work in law enforcement. And, I can honestly say that this is a real police version of what took place. This is a real cop. This is someone who is not siding with anyone. This is someone who is telling everything that took place from his account, okay? And I can honestly say that because when you read it, he gives detailed. He's very, very, very detailed, okay? So I'm just going to go through really quickly, and I'm going to give you what I can. I only have about 15 minutes, but I'm going to give to you what I can, okay? And here it says, on 9/9/17 at approximately 20:29 hours, it's about 8:30, I was dispatched to the Crown Plaza, 5440 River Road, for a report of a woman knocking on guest doors looking for her sister. So we know that this is Lenora, okay? Divine Light has is circled, so I can't really. Upon arrival, PSO blank spoke with a female blank. We know that this is Lenora. Lenora advised that she was at a hotel looking for her sister, Kaneeka Jenkins. She stated that her sister was at the hotel room 926 the previous night for the party. She said her friends came home early in the morning and advised her sister was last seen in the hallway on the 9th floor when they went back to get her keys and her phone. And now that's interesting to me because Lenora says that the friends came to the house early in the morning and told him she doesn't mention the call, but that may not be anything significant, right? So Lenora said her friends told her that Jenkins waited outside in the hallway, and when they came back out, she was gone. Lenora said that Jenkins did not have her phone because she left it in a hotel room, which we know to be true. Lenora advised her friends that Blank advised her friends last saw Jenkins in the hallway on the 9th floor around 2:30 a.m. Now, this is the first time that I'm actually getting an hour because there are discrepancies with that time, okay? Lenora advised that she had spoken with an officer already earlier in the day to report her sister missing. See the original report for this incident for further information, okay? I must say that I want to give a lot of shout out to this officer. So it says, while speaking with Lenora, we gathered information from her and her friends who were with her. While speaking with Lenora, we gathered information from her and friends who were with blank, and they said that Jenkins had arrived at the hotel at approximately 1:30 a.m. Now, this is interesting. Pay close attention to this hour, that they got to the hotel at 1:30. Now, at previous testimonies, you can see that they say that they got there at roughly 11:30 or 12. Okay, so this is a bother to me because this is roughly a 2-hour time difference, and now I have to ask, why the huge discrepancy? Again, if it was only 1 hour, then I probably wouldn't ask so many questions, but there's literally like a 2-hour discrepancy here. So it says, and they said that Jenkins arrived at the hotel. And they said that Jenkins, they didn't say that they and Jenkins, they said that Jenkins had arrived at the hotel at approximately 1:30. LaBianca Brannon and I spoke with the hotel manager blank about the incident. We asked her if we could review the video cameras to see if Jenkins entered and exited the hotel. We first checked the main lobby door. Wait, I need to go back, I'm sorry. Jenkins had her phone because she lived in the hotel room. Advised her friends Jenkins' hallway, the 9th floor, around 2:30. Advised that she had spoken with the officer already. While speaking with blank, we gathered information from her and friends who were with blank, and they said that Jenkins had arrived at the hotel at about 1:30. Blank said that she was advised that Jenkins had entered into the main hotel lobby door. Now, this is what I want you to pay close attention to. Blank said, so I'm thinking Lenora said that she was advised that Jenkins had entered into the main hotel lobby door. Now, this caused my attention because I wouldn't imagine that someone would ask, what door did you go into? What door did you go through? I mean, these are ghetto people, so I can't imagine that they would be asking, how did you go into the hotel? I mean, if anything, I'd be wanting to know, where were you parked? So this sort of raises an eyebrow for me. Said that she was advised that Jenkins had entered into the main hotel lobby door. Okay, I don't know. I have a very difficult time swallowing that pill. So then it says, PSO LaBianca Brannon and I spoke with the hotel manager blank about the incident. We asked her if we could review their video cameras to see when Jenkins entered and exited the hotel. We first checked the main lobby door, but did not see Jenkins enter through there at any time in the night. So she never came through the main lobby door. Blank said there was only one other door in the hotel that had video surveillance. We asked Blank to review the other entrance, which was the rear entrance. Now, the rear entrance would normally be used by employees. I'm telling you this, guys, because I worked in a hotel for more than 8 years. The rear entrance is normally used by employees. When you go through that rear entrance, it's normally a back dock. You normally have the kitchen area. You normally have all of the areas that are accessible to employees. So it's normally blocked off to just anybody, and questions are asked or eyebrows are raised when someone who is not employed or someone who is not an employee comes through that entrance. Okay, questions are normally asked. So that brings me to say they came through the rear entrance. One of those girls worked for the hotel. Okay. Now, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of things going around. I'm unable to prove them because I have not done my own research. I'm just going according to what people are saying. You need people to do some research, and you need others to actually sit down and look at the results of that research. Okay. So, with that being said, they came into the back entrance. Okay, it's on camera. We observed Jenkins enter through the rear entrance of the hotel at 1:13 hours on 9/9/17. Okay, but then it says that Jenkins came through. It doesn't necessarily mention that she came through with her friends, which is really interesting, because this officer is very, very detailed. He doesn't mention the fact that she comes in with friends. He just says, we observed Jenkins come in at 1:13 a.m. Now, she left home at 11:30. And from what I understand, the hotel from Jenkins' house is roughly 25 minutes, if not 30. So from 11:30 to 12:30 is 1 hour, and then 1:13 is like an hour, 15 minutes. So where was she? What was she doing? I mean, I know that she went and got Bluetooth speakers. We know she went to the liquor store. But what was she doing? What was she doing during that time? What was happening during that time? Because if she left home driving, that means that, I'm sorry, but you have to put on your thinking hat here, okay? So then it says, we continued to review the cameras to the entrance of the hotel. We continued to review the cameras to see if Jenkins had exited at any time. We spoke with Blank again, who advised Jenkins had posted a Snapchat video around 2:17, which appears to show her inside of a hotel bathroom. We advised that we located Jenkins on video coming into I'm going to stop here. We advised that we located Jenkins on video coming into the hotel, but could not see her exiting. Coming into the hotel, but could not see her exiting. Blank did advise that there are many exits she could have left out of and would not be on video. Now, who is this Blank that's advising? Because who are they talking to? Is this the hotel manager? Because they didn't say hotel manager. So who are they talking to? Are they saying Lenora? And if they're talking to Lenora, how would Lenora know about all of the exits coming in and out of this hotel? Now, in this report, in the beginning, it says that the only 3 people that they mention is that Lenore and her friends, but it says that they talked to Lenore. It doesn't say that they talked to their friends. And again, I have to stress that this officer is very, very detailed in the way that he speaks and what he says. So now, the only other person, when they speak of the hotel manager, they say the hotel manager. So this is the only other person that I can think that they're saying is that Lenora advised them that there are many other exits, right? So how would she know that? Now, for you, it may seem insignificant, but when you go back and you read all that we've read and you see all that we've seen, okay, there's just something that's not right. It's something that just doesn't add up. Now, I'm not going to say it because I don't want you guys to start this foolishness with, I'm making accusations. No, I'm saying what the evidence is pointing. Okay? So I'm not going to go any further. You go back, you read, you do your research, and then you tell me. Okay? Anyway, Blank did advise that there are many exits that she could have left out of and that would not be on video. We advised Blank that we would go check room 926. Now they're talking to Lenora because they told her that they were going to go check room 926 to see if there was anything suspicious in the room. While Sergeant Powinski, Piesolo, Bianco, Brandon, and I went to room 926, we had Blank continue to check the video. Had Blank to continue to check the video. So who is this Blank? Who is this person that they're talking about? Because I can't imagine that they would have Lenore. Now they're circling. Her divine light is circling the fact that said that there was only one other door in the hotel that had video surveillance. Okay, yeah, we talked about that. Interestingly. So even her divine light sees pretty much the same thing I'm seeing. Okay. So then it says, continue to check the video. 126. We did not locate anything suspicious at this time. We also checked the stairwells from the top floor all the way down to the basement. Now, this is very interesting for me because I remember a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, people were asking for the floor plans because they wanted to prove that this hotel has a basement. And the interesting thing is that there was a video up, and unfortunately, I cannot remember who posted the video. All I remember is when I saw this, I immediately left the video, and I went back to read Teresa's testimony or her statement, in which Teresa said that she looked directly into the camera. She looked directly into the camera, and she pointed into it, and she asked, "Does that camera work?" And she says that the officer told her that he didn't know, but that he would review the cameras. And ironically, everyone, it's amazing because people are just like, I know that people are going to want to debunk me, but there's no way that you can debunk this. That freezer in which they demonstrated to us, to the public, in which Kaneeka was supposedly found, is not the freezer in which she was found. And you're not going to convince me that it was. And I'll tell you why. Because I read on several occasions that it was a double freezer. You walk into the freezer, and on the left, there's another door that takes you into the other part of the freezer, where she was. Well, when you look at this freezer, no. You walk down a little hall, a mini hallway. You open the freezer door, and there she is in that door. So where is this? And it's just a box freezer. It's just a small box freezer that had a small piece of ice. So where is the door that takes you to the other side of this freezer that they're talking about? I mean, for those of us who, I'm not here to insult anyone. I'm just saying, for those of us who are really paying attention to detail, okay, you have to think. Put on your thinking caps, people. Okay. Now let's talk about it. There was a video, and I swear to you, I think that it was Straight Drop, that had, and I even commented on this video, but I never got a, I guess people think that, I'm not as in depth, so people don't necessarily watch my videos or respond. I just put it out with the hopes that someone, I'm not doing it for views, I could care less about views, I just hope that to give people a different way of looking at things. Now, let's talk about this. That freezer. Where is that freezer? Where is the actual freezer? And why did they move her body? Why did they bring her body up from the basement? And I'm almost convinced, I'm almost ready to put my life on the fact that her body was found in the basement. And I'm almost ready to put my life on the fact that it was moved. And I'll tell you why. Because in the testimonial that we received from the employee that told what happened, she said that the security guard had brought Kaneeka back in, supposedly from the pool, and that they were told to move her body to a different location for privacy, and that they had taken her, or was told to take her to the kitchen or something along those lines. Okay, and you have to wonder what kitchen, because remember, this hotel supposedly has a lot of kitchens. So where did they take her? Why would they take her to this kitchen, knowing that people go through this kitchen all the time? Why would people go through this? And then why are we saying, like, if you look at those videos, those videos that they put out of the kitchen are different kitchens, because supposedly this kitchen is abandoned. The other kitchen that we saw, there were people in there. They were preparing food. They were putting up orders. They were doing their thing. Another kitchen, they were cleaning. There was at least 3 or 4 kitchens there. Okay, so, I'm not going to keep going on and on about it, but if you stop and you think about what I'm saying, it all makes sense, okay? So then let's continue. Powinski spoke with Detective Sergeant Rose via telephone to pass along the information that we had at this time. I told her to let us know if she found out. Okay, Blank was provided again with the report number and told her to let us know if she found out any information that would help us. After speaking with Blank, Sergeant Powinski spoke to Detective Rose via telephone to pass along the information that we had at this time. Now, this, I think Sergeant Rose I think we actually hear his phone call. and he's actually asking more questions than he's giving information. I believe. I can't prove that, so again, I'm advising that I believe this, okay? Because there's only, in the police phone calls, there's only one phone call that we can hear being made to the police station, and I honestly believe that was him. So Rose advised to keep reviewing video and to check if there were registered guests next to room 926 who were checked in at 9/8/17. At this time, we advised blank we would be leaving, but to contact us if she had any further information. I swear I hope I can finish this video. After leaving the Crown Plaza, sorry. I want to go back to after leaving the Crown Plaza. Okay, here's another thing. You have to go back and watch this video because I'm running out of time. But you have to come back because there's a lot of pertinent information here about how they saw a struggle, or someone told them that they had seen something on the 11th floor. They went up to the 11th floor. They checked out the room by the window, and the room appeared that there may have been a struggle. And one thing that really stuck out with me in this report is the fact that the curtain on the window was somewhat open. Now, everybody had been saying that there was a different room, that there was a different room, that there was a different room, that there was a different room. And I'm starting to believe that there really was a different room. Now, what I'm curious as to, we've been talking about the carpet, and people have used the carpet as sort of a pinpoint. And what I'm thinking is that what if the carpet on the 11th floor is different from the carpet on the 9th floor? Then if it is, then the room that we saw Kaneeka in, or, for the people who think that was her on the chair, that video may have been taken on the 11th floor. But then we have to wonder, were there any noise complaints made from the 11th floor on the night? I mean, these are questions that should have been asked that have not been asked, okay? So anyway, guys, I have to get ready to go. Bell just rang. I guess you figured out by now that I am a teacher. But yeah, here's the binoculars that they use. They used the flashlight to prove that they were from a different floor. I think this was the 13th floor. There's a lot of information here that should raise a lot of questions. And unfortunately, I can't finish now, but hopefully I've given you something to think about, and I will try to come back later, okay? I want to thank you for joining me and for using your time.